Do you find yourself constantly struggling, spending hours agonizing over an email you already sent, a meeting that's long over, or a vague future that may never happen? That feeling, that anxiety, is not yours alone. Millions of people out there, those striving for success, are also trapped in the vicious cycle of overthinking. Here is a brutal truth. This very habit is silently stealing your peace, energy, and focus every single day. It turns you into a prisoner of your own mind, a person who is passive in the face of even the smallest setback. But what if I told you that the secret to ending this anxiety isn't by trying to think less, which is nearly impossible, but by changing the way you think about what is happening? Welcome to the edge. Today, we are going to awaken your inner power with a system of philosophy that has existed for over 2,000 years. Stoicism. This isn't a dry set of dogmas. It is a practical toolkit, a mental operating system designed to help you regain control and find genuine inner peace. First, the core principle, the dichotomy of control. This is the very first and most crucial philosophy that every Stoic adheres to. It is incredibly simple, yet it has the power to free you from 80% of unnecessary anxiety. The philosopher Epictetus taught us, some things are in our control and others are not. All your stress, anxiety, and overthinking stem from the fact that you are wasting energy on things that are outside your circle of control. Imagine this. You are so anxious you can't sleep, wondering if you'll get that promotion. You worry about your boss's decision, the economic situation, and your colleagues' opinions. The problem? All those factors, your boss's decision, the economy, and others' opinions, are things you cannot control. You spend the whole night worrying about them, but that worrying does nothing to change the outcome. It only leaves you exhausted. The Stoic solution. Create a mental list, a column for what I can control and a column for what I cannot control. 1. Out of control, the final result. Whether you get the promotion or not, the actions of others, the words of others, the past, the weather, the market situation. 2. In control, your effort at work, your attitude and reactions, how you present yourself, what you learn from failure. Your power lies in redirecting 100% of your energy to the in-control column. Once you have given your all to what you can do, you can calmly accept any result that occurs in the other column. In this way, you eliminate helplessness and hopelessness, replacing them with self-mastery. That is the first key to stop overthinking. Second, the fear-fighting technique. Premeditatio Malorum, premeditation of evils. Most of us waste energy trying to avoid thinking about bad things. We are terrified to imagine failure, financial loss, or the collapse of a relationship. The Stoic paradox is, face that fear head-on. Premeditatio Malorum is a mental exercise where you spend a few minutes each day imagining in detail the worst-case scenario that could possibly happen. Ask yourself, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen if I fail this project? Lose my job? Yes. Lose income? Yes. Have to cut expenses? Yes. Once you have faced this monster in your mind, you will realize it is not as terrifying as you thought. You will begin to see the way out. If I lose my job, I will learn new skills and find a better opportunity. If I lose money, I still have my health, my intellect, and support from my family. The power of Premeditatio Malorum is that it reduces the emotional shock when bad things do happen, and more importantly, it increases your gratitude for the present. When you realize things are not as bad as the worst-case scenario, you feel much more serene and happy. This is how you transform fear into the most powerful tool for mental preparation. Third, the liberating philosophy. Amor Fati, love of fate. Amor Fati, or love of fate, is the deepest philosophy of Stoicism. It is not resignation or giving up. It is a spiritual transformation that helps you turn every obstacle into fuel for your own success. Most people resist. We often say, "Why is this happening to me?" We get upset, angry, and feel like victims of fate. The Stoics transform. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor and philosopher, said, "What stands in the way becomes the way. What obstructs action advances action." Amor Fati teaches you to view everything that has happened, whether good or bad, as exactly what you need to become the best version of yourself. Job loss. That is your opportunity to awaken and find a new career path that you are truly passionate about. Failure. That is the most valuable lesson you could never learn from success. Loving even the worst things helps you not just accept but also transform obstacles into advantages. This is the ultimate power to stop overthinking because you no longer waste energy wishing the present were different. Trust me, when you apply these three philosophies, you will no longer be struggling with things outside your control. Instead, you will find a serene, free, and meaningful life. We have learned three foundational philosophies for dealing with overthinking and anxiety. But philosophy is just the map. Traveling the road requires practical daily tools. Stoicism is not an academic subject. It is a discipline, a mental gym for your soul. Fourth, Seneca's technique, minimizing the shock, pre-rehearsal of adversity. As we discussed in Part 1, Premeditatio Malorum is imagining the worst. Now, let's dive deeper into how to apply it as a daily exercise to achieve a genuine inner peace that few possess. The philosopher Seneca once said, "He who has anticipated adversities greatly diminishes their impact." The truth about fear. Our fears are often most powerful when we keep them in the dark, in the hidden corners of our minds. When we dare not face them, the mind automatically magnifies them into monsters. The Courage Awakening Exercise. This simple exercise takes only 10 minutes a day, but it has the power to defeat anxiety. 1. Close your eyes and ask. Choose a specific worry that is consuming you. Losing a major client. Facing a health issue. 2. Experience the worst-case scenario. Imagine that it actually happens. How would you feel? What are the specific consequences? Do you feel despair? Do you feel stuck? 3. Resurrect the way out. Immediately shift to a liberating question. The worst has happened. What will I do next? You will create a new backup plan. You will find an alternative income source. You will seek support from loved ones. In this way, you have defeated fear before it even had a chance to knock on your door. Your mind now has an action plan, a clear way out, and the anxiety fades because it has lost its element of surprise and its power. 5th, the anti-scarcity technique, Stoic gratitude. Anxiety often stems from focusing on what we lack of money, time, control, or recognition. Stoicism completely reverses this by practicing gratitude. Stoics are not only grateful for good things, they are grateful for the simple things that most people take for granted. Be grateful that you still have a roof over your head. Be grateful that you can breathe, eat, and move with your own 2 feet. Be grateful that you have the time and opportunity to learn and awaken today. The Gratitude Awakening Exercise. Before you go to sleep, instead of agonizing over the day's mistakes, practice Stoic reflection by answering these 3 questions. 1. What good did I do today? 2. Where did I make a mistake today? 3. What did I take for granted today that is actually a blessing? This technique awakens appreciation for the present, one of the most powerful weapons against overthinking. When you are grateful, your mind focuses on abundance and serenity, instead of scarcity and anxiety. 6th, the first-person power. The power of self-dialogue, I and you. One of the most powerful techniques in Stoicism is how they write and think about their own lives. Remember Marcus Aurelius. He didn't write books for the public. He wrote to himself, in the first person, I divided by me. Meditations is an internal dialogue where he criticizes, reminds, and motivates himself. The authenticity and personalization exercise. Whenever you feel stuck or pulled away by negative emotions, write down or simply say to yourself in the first person. 1. Change the language. Instead of saying, "I am too anxious," say, "I notice an anxious feeling appearing in my mind." This separates you from the emotion, helping you view it as an object to observe, not as who you are. 2. Ask a direct question. Ask yourself, am I reacting rationally? Have I given my best effort? Am I wasting time on something outside my control? Using the first person I and second person, you in this internal dialogue creates personalization, making you your own trusted advisor. From there, you will find clarity and a way out for every problem without needing to seek outside help. This is how you regain control and awaken the giant within you. We have now equipped ourselves with the mental toolkit of Stoicism, the Dichotomy of Control, Premeditatio Malorum, and Amor Fati. But knowledge without action is just a burden. The ultimate goal of Stoicism is execution, transforming these philosophies into daily actions so you can truly find freedom and independence. 7th, the inner citadel, Marcus Aurelius, technique for mastering judgment. Most overthinking is not caused by external events, but by your own judgment of that event. When something bad happens, you don't just see the event. You automatically label it. It's terrible, it's unfair, or I am a failure. This very judgment turns the event into pain and despair. The judgment reversal exercise. Whenever you feel stuck, ask yourself these 3 philosophical questions. 1. What exactly is happening? Describe only the event. Remove all emotion. Example, I lost a major contract, not my rival unfairly stole my contract. 2. Do I have control over this? Apply the dichotomy of control. Answer, I do not control the outcome or the actions of my rival. Focus, I control learning from this experience and how I react to the setback. 3. Does this truly stop my action execution? Answer, no. It only slows me down and forces me to find a new way out. It does not change my final goal. This technique is a mental twist. It helps you stop reacting emotionally and start thinking logically. You will see that the problem is not the event itself, but how you choose to perceive it. This is when you awaken the Stoic within you. 8th, the call to action. Shifting from trying to doing. You have spent too much time trying to think less, trying to sleep, and trying to worry less. Now is the time for you to execute a specific action to change. Let's commit together. Change doesn't need to be monumental. It just needs to start with small daily actions. Specific actions for self-mastery. 1. Pause for 5 seconds. The next time a worrying thought starts to invade your mind, do not resist. Just pause for 5 seconds. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, do I control this? 2. Write it down. Immediately write down your worry. Moving the worry from your mind to paper instantly makes it lose 50% of its power. 3. Practice Stoic gratitude. Before you go to sleep, list 3 things you took for granted that are actually a blessing. E.g., a warm bed, a good meal. The ability to read these words, you have worked hard your entire life, and you deserve a serene, independent life. Do not let anonymous pressures and stress steal the freedom and quality of life that you have built. If you are tired of struggling and feeling helpless against your own mind, the time has come for a revolution in your thinking. I believe you have the strength to defeat overthinking and become the master of your own life. Click subscribe and turn on notifications now to join the edge and learn how to master your life every day. And if you are ready to execute this change, comment below, I am ready to master my mind, so we can share this journey together. You are not alone. We will accompany you on the path to finding true freedom and inner peace.